So what I'm doing here is putting a little bit of wax on to the fretboard because I'm going to use CA glue or super glue to glue the frets, and I want to make sure that if I spill over any glue, it doesn't go down into the pores of the fretboard. So this is just a quick protection layer that I'm doing. And another thing is take a little triangular file, and I'm going to file the top of each fret section with this little triangular file to open a tiny little wedge. That'll allow the fret tang to go into the hole very well. But the real key, the reason I'm doing this, is that if one day, 10 years from now, somebody wants to refret this instrument, you'll be able to pull the frets out without chipping the wood. That's really why I'm doing this. Because I'm not wanting a refretting guitar tech someday to be really mad at me that I didn't do that step. It's self-preservation, you know. Okay, and then we'll just buff that wax off a little bit, and we have a nice hard surface that will be clean and protected. I have a little tool that cleans out the grooves to make sure any sawdust or any paper towel or anything is out of there. I can't remember. These are part of the 360 steps. So I'm just going to do a few frets down here to give you an idea what that's about. I have a hammer, a fretting hammer that has shot in it, so it keeps it from bouncing. So it really is a dead blow hammer, which is really nice. What I've done before, I've got frets that I've cut that they're oversized for each point. And the reason is I want to be able to hold them with my finger and hold them over here, tap them down, and everything is about getting them to go in nicely without bounce. You know, you're just wanting them to sit nice and tight and right into the groove and be no gaps anywhere. Here's my glue. Let's see if this will... I keep the ends of guitar strings around because the fine wire can poke a hole in, make sure that the glue isn't plugged in, plugging up the end. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue along here, and just like that. I'm going to take number 24. These are all numbered because they get progressively smaller. Hold that right over there. Bend down just a little bit on each end. And then, when that glue is still a little bit wet, I'm going to wipe off the excess. I could leave it all and deal with it later, but oh, it's so nice to get rid of it now when it's easy to get off. Later, you have to end up sanding and chipping it. So I come back with a nice bead of glue. I have to say there's something really satisfying about this part. One of the satisfying things is this is made by somebody just for this task. It's all leather filled with shot or sand. It's made in Pennsylvania. Anyway, it makes it so that it just sits in there really solid. There's no bounce going on here. Everything is solid as a rock as I move up the fretboard. I'll just do one more. And wipe it off. And obviously continue until they're all done. Then what happens is I let that dry for a couple of hours to where it's really set up, and I come back along and clip the edges off, and then there'll be other stages to finish them off in a very smooth way so that when you run your hand up and down the neck, it's even and smooth.